the 5-minute morning habit that unlocked my energy. What if I told you the key to unlocking all-day energy isn't in your coffee cup? What if that constant bone-deep fatigue you feel, the kind that has you hitting the snooze button 5 times, isn't actually normal? It's estimated that about 1 in 5 adults around the globe suffers from general fatigue, a persistent state of exhaustion that just drags on for weeks or months. And it's not just being tired. For years, I was part of that statistic. I was totally convinced my life was just destined to be a groggy, caffeine-fueled haze. But then I stumbled onto something. A simple, almost laughably easy 5-minute ritual I'd never heard of before. It has nothing to do with expensive supplements or workouts that leave you exhausted. This one little habit targets the master organ of your body's energy production. It helps your system cleanse from the inside out, and it completely supercharged my mornings. It changed everything, and today I'm going to share it with you. I remember the exact moment I hit my breaking point. It was a Tuesday. My alarm went off at 6 a.m., and the thought of just peeling myself out of bed felt physically painful. This wasn't just sleepiness. It was this heavy, leaden feeling in my limbs and a thick fog in my brain. My first thought wasn't about the day ahead. It was about coffee. How fast could I get caffeine into my system just to feel human? I stumbled to the kitchen, brewed the strongest cup I could, and waited for that jolt. But lately, even coffee wasn't working. It felt like pouring gasoline into an engine that was already busted. I'd get this brief, jittery spike of anxiety, not energy, followed by a soul-crushing crash an hour later. The rest of the day was a battle. A desperate struggle to stay focused, to keep my eyes open in meetings, and to not snap at my family because I was just so drained. That afternoon, staring at my computer screen, completely unable to string a coherent thought together, I knew something had to give. This wasn't living. It was just existing. Section 1. My story of perpetual exhaustion. For the better part of a decade, tired was my default setting. It was way more than the occasional long day. It was a chronic, soul-crushing fatigue that basically became my whole identity. Mornings were the absolute worst. The sound of my alarm felt like a physical assault. I'd lie there negotiating with myself, trying to justify 5 more minutes, which always turned into 30. When I finally dragged myself up, it was with this sense of dread. My body felt stiff and heavy, and my mind felt like it was wading through mud. The first hour of my day was just a survival ritual. I'd mainline coffee hoping to clear the cobwebs, but it rarely did. It just made my heart race while my brain stayed stubbornly offline. Getting ready for work took every ounce of willpower. I'd forget things all the time, my keys, my wallet, important papers. My commute was a total blur. I'd just sit on the train, staring out the window, feeling completely disconnected from everything. At work, the struggle just continued. I was in a creative field that required sharp thinking, but my brain felt like a dial-up modem in a fiber-optic world. I'd sit in meetings pretending to be engaged, while this little voice in my head just screamed about how tired I was. I'd read the same email 3 or 4 times and still not get it. My productivity plummeted. I started making dumb mistakes, missing deadlines, and the anxiety from underperforming just made the fatigue worse. It was a vicious cycle. The stress of not being able to function was just as draining as the fatigue itself. The afternoons were a special kind of hell. Around 2 p.m., a wave of exhaustion would wash over me that was so profound, I'd have to physically fight to keep my eyes open at my desk. I tried everything. More coffee, sugary snacks, those awful energy drinks that left me feeling shaky and sick. I'd take constant bathroom breaks just to splash cold water on my face or walk around to keep from dozing off. I'd see my colleagues buzzing with energy and focus, and I just felt this deep sense of shame and jealousy. Why was it so easy for them and so damn hard for me? My social life, it completely fell apart. Friends would invite me out, and I'd have to say no, making up lame excuses because I'm too tired just sounded so pathetic. The truth was, the thought of holding a conversation for a few more hours was unbearable. Weekends were supposed to be for recharging, but I'd just spend them trying to catch up on sleep. I could sleep for 10 or 12 hours and still wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. My precious 48 hours of freedom were wasted on the couch, in a state of low-grade misery, just dreading Monday morning. It affected my relationships, too. I was irritable, impatient, and just emotionally gone. My loved ones got the worst of it. They'd try to connect with me, and I had nothing to give back. I felt like a ghost in my own life, just floating through, watching but never really participating. I honestly started to believe this was just how I was built, that I was a low-energy person. I resigned myself to a life lived at half capacity, where every single day was a battle, and I was desperate for a way out. Section 2. The Hidden Culprit, a Stagnant Liver. For the longest time, I blamed everything else for my fatigue. Stress. My diet, even though I was trying to eat healthy. I even thought I had a sleep disorder. I went to doctors, and the advice was always the same. Get more sleep, manage your stress, exercise. I tried, I really did, but nothing touched that deep, persistent exhaustion. It felt like I was trying to fix a leaky pipe by mopping the floor. I was only dealing with the symptoms, not the real problem. The real issue, the one nobody was talking about, was hiding in plain sight, my liver. Now, when we think of liver problems, we usually think of issues from drinking too much alcohol. But the truth is, our modern lifestyle puts an incredible, relentless strain on our liver, an organ that's absolutely central to our energy. Your liver is a powerhouse. It's not just a filter. It's a key metabolic organ responsible for over 500 vital functions, from detoxifying your blood to producing the bile you need to digest food. Most importantly, the liver is your body's fuel management system. When you eat, your liver takes the glucose from your food and stores it as glycogen. Then, when your blood sugar drops, your liver releases that stored glucose to give you a steady supply of energy. It also converts fats and proteins into energy. It is, quite literally, your body's primary energy manager. So, what happens when this system gets overloaded? Our modern world is a minefield of things that stress the liver. Processed foods, pollution, medications, pesticides, and chronic stress all pile on. When your liver gets overwhelmed, it can't do its job efficiently. It gets sluggish, congested, and inflamed, and that's where the energy crisis starts. A struggling liver can't manage blood sugar properly, leading to those awful energy spikes and crashes. It can't efficiently turn fuel into usable energy, leaving you feeling drained all the time, and its detox pathways get clogged. Instead of getting rid of toxins, they get recirculated into your system, causing inflammation and that feeling of brain fog and heaviness. On top of that, waking up after a full night's sleep often leaves you in a state of dehydration, which makes it even harder for your liver to filter toxins. In fact, dehydration can impair the liver's ability to do its job, potentially leading to cell damage and inflammation. I was living a life that was constantly overwhelming my liver. The normal diet of convenient foods, the constant low-grade stress, the coffee I was using as a crutch, it was all contributing. My fatigue wasn't a character flaw. It was a distress signal from the most overworked organ in my body. My energy wasn't just low, it was trapped. Understanding this was the first critical step. My liver was crying out for help. Section 3. The discovery of a simple, ancient ritual. My turning point didn't come from a doctor's office or a fancy health clinic, but from a dusty corner of a second-hand bookstore. I was at my wit's end, willing to try anything. I started devouring books on nutrition, physiology, and even ancient health practices, just looking for a clue. Most of it was the same old advice, but one rainy Saturday, I stumbled upon a slim book on Ayurvedic medicine, the ancient wellness system from India. Tucked away in a chapter about daily routines, I found a passage that stopped me cold. It talked about the morning as a critical time for cleansing the body of waste that builds up overnight. The book described a simple ritual to awaken the digestive fire and support the purification of the blood and liver. It wasn't complicated. It didn't involve weird ingredients or expensive gear. It was a simple two-part process that took about 5 minutes. The first part was something called dry brushing, and the second was drinking a specific warm beverage on an empty stomach. The beverage was the heart of it: warm water, fresh lemon juice, and a pinch of turmeric. At first I was skeptical. How could something so basic possibly work when coffee and modern medicine had failed me? It seemed way too simple. I'd seen influencers online talk about it, but their claims always seemed a bit over the top. But this book explained the logic in a way that just clicked. It wasn't about a magic detox drink like the ones you see marketed everywhere. There's not much scientific evidence that those commercial drinks actually remove toxins. Instead, this was about supporting the body's own built-in detoxification systems, mainly the liver and the lymphatic system. The book explained that dry brushing, a practice known in Ayurveda as Garshana, stimulates the lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is basically your body's garbage disposal network, clearing out toxins and cellular junk. But unlike your blood, which has the heart for a pump, your lymph system relies on muscle movement and other stimulation to keep flowing. A sluggish lymphatic system means toxins can get stuck, contributing to inflammation and fatigue. Dry brushing was a way to manually kickstart this system first thing in the morning. Then came the drink. The book explained how warm water first thing in the morning helps rehydrate the body and flush the digestive system. Adding lemon stimulates the liver to produce more bile, a crucial fluid for digestion and for carrying toxins out of the body. And turmeric, with its active compound curcumin, was described as a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that directly protects liver cells from damage and supports its cleansing functions. It all made sense. This wasn't a magic potion. It was a strategic physiological 1-2 punch. It was about clearing the drainage system, the lymphatics, and then giving the master filter, the liver, the exact tools it needed to start the day right. The combination was designed to kick off a chain reaction, better detoxification, less inflammation, and as a result, a natural, sustainable boost in energy. I felt a spark of hope for the first time in ages. I went straight to the grocery store, bought fresh lemons and turmeric root, and ordered a natural bristle brush online. That night I set my alarm with a sense of purpose, not dread. I was actually excited to try this simple, 5-minute ritual that promised not a quick fix, but a real change. Section 4. The 5-minute morning ritual, a step-by-step guide. This whole ritual is designed to be super simple and incredibly effective. It's not about adding another stressful task to your morning. It's about creating a powerful moment of self-care that sets the tone for your whole day. The entire thing takes 5 minutes, tops, but the effects are profound. Here's the exact step-by-step guide. Part 1. The 2-minute lymphatic wake-up, dry brushing. Before you even think about the shower or the coffee maker, you'll do this. You need one simple tool, a natural stiff-bristled brush. You can find them online or in most health food stores. The bristles should be firm, but not so sharp that they hurt. The goal here is to stimulate your lymphatic system, a key part of your body's immune and detox network. Stimulating it helps move stagnant fluid along, which can help with puffiness and support the removal of toxins. Here's how you do it. Start at your feet. Stand in your bathroom or on a tile floor. Begin by brushing the soles of your feet with firm, short strokes. The pressure should feel good, invigorating, not painful. Brush upwards towards your heart. This is the golden rule of dry brushing. Your lymphatic system flows toward the center of your body, so you always want to brush in that direction. From your feet, use long sweeping strokes up your legs, shins, calves and thighs, front and back. Move to your arms and torso. Next, brush your hands and arms, again, always moving towards your heart, from your fingertips up to your shoulders. When you get to your stomach, brush in a circular clockwise motion, which can also help with digestion. Then brush your back as best you can, moving upwards. Be gentle on sensitive areas. Use lighter pressure on your chest and neck. Avoid any spots with rashes, open wounds or sensitive skin. This whole thing should only take 2 or 3 minutes. It's not a deep scrub, it's a light, energizing massage. You'll feel a slight tingle as you get the circulation going. The immediate perk is exfoliation. Your skin will feel incredibly soft, but the real magic is happening under the surface as you wake up your body's cleansing system. Part 2. The 2-minute liver-boosting elixir. Right after dry brushing, while your system is primed and ready, you'll whip up this simple but powerful drink. You will need 8 to 10 ounces of warm water, not boiling, half of a fresh lemon, about a ½ inch of fresh turmeric root, or 1/4 teaspoon of high-quality organic turmeric powder, a tiny pinch of black pepper. This is the secret. Here's how to make it. Warm the water. Heat your water in a kettle or on the stove. You want it comfortably warm like an iced tea, not scalding hot. Boiling water can destroy some of the good stuff in the lemon and turmeric. Prep the ingredients. While the water warms up, squeeze the juice from half a lemon right into your mug. If you're using fresh turmeric, grate it in. If you're using powder, just add the 1/4 teaspoon. Add the secret activator. Now for the most important part. Add a tiny pinch of black pepper. This might sound weird, but it's scientifically crucial. Black pepper has a compound called piperine. Piperine has been shown to boost the bioavailability of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of that powerful curcumin just passes right through your body without being absorbed. Combine and sip. Pour the warm water into the mug and give it a good stir. Drink with intention. For the last minute of the ritual, don't just chug it while you're rushing around. Find a quiet spot, take a deep breath, and drink it slowly. Think about the good you're doing for your body. This little moment of calm is just as important as the ingredients. And that's it. 5 minutes. 2 simple steps that stimulate your lymphatic system, rehydrate your body, and give your liver exactly what it needs to start the day off right. You're setting a powerful foundation for a day full of clean, natural energy. Section 5. The science. Why this ritual supercharges your energy. This 5-minute ritual might seem almost too simple, but it's packed with solid physiological principles that directly target your body's energy systems. It's not magic. It's a targeted biohack that gets to the root causes of fatigue. Let's break down the science of why this combo is so powerful. The power of hydration on an empty stomach first. Let's talk about the base of the elixir. Warm water. After sleeping for 7-8 hours, your body is naturally dehydrated. Dehydration puts major stress on your liver. When you don't have enough water, your blood gets thicker, making it harder for the liver to filter everything. This forces the organ to work overtime, zapping energy just to do its basic job. This lack of water can even reduce blood flow to the liver, potentially leading to inflammation over time. Starting your day with a glass of warm water is the easiest and most effective way to fight this. It immediately starts rehydrating your cells and thinning your blood, taking a huge load off your liver. This simple act helps lubricate your entire system, allowing your liver to flush out toxins that have built up overnight much more easily. Think of it as giving your body's filtration system a fresh start before you put anything else in. Lemon, the bile production catalyst. Adding fresh lemon juice is the next critical move. Lemons are loaded with vitamin C and powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from damage. But the real secret weapon here is citric acid. Citric acid has been shown to stimulate the liver and ramp up the production and flow of bile. Why does bile matter so much? Bile is a substance made by your liver that's critical for energy. It helps break down fats from your food so they can be used for fuel. And more importantly for our purpose, bile is one of the main ways your body carries toxins out of the liver and into the intestines to be eliminated. By drinking lemon water on an empty stomach, you're basically sending a wake-up call to your liver to start making this vital stuff, priming your whole system for the day. Turmeric and curcumin, the anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Now for the star of the show, turmeric and its active compound, curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory agents ever studied. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a huge hidden cause of fatigue and a major stressor for your liver. Research shows that curcumin plays a direct role in protecting the liver. For instance, studies have shown that curcumin can help reduce liver inflammation and may even help with conditions like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. A 2021 study on patients with NAFLD found that taking turmeric for 8 weeks led to a significant drop in liver enzymes, which are markers of liver damage. Curcumin does this by calming key inflammatory pathways in the body. It also boosts your body's own antioxidant enzymes, helping shield your liver cells from damage. Basically, by adding turmeric to your morning drink, you're giving your liver a protective shield. You're calming inflammation and giving it the support it needs to work properly. This frees up metabolic energy that would otherwise be wasted on damage control. That freed up energy is what you feel as vitality and mental clarity. And that pinch of black pepper ensures you're actually absorbing this incredible compound, making the whole thing even more effective. When you combine these 3 things, hydration to flush, lemon to stimulate bile, and turmeric to protect, you create a powerful synergy. You're creating an environment where your liver can do its job with maximum efficiency. This is why the energy you feel isn't a jittery artificial spike like from caffeine. It's clean, stable, and sustainable energy that comes from your body working the way it's supposed to. Section 6. My transformation. from groggy to supercharged. The first day I tried the ritual, I didn't expect a miracle. I did the dry brushing, which felt surprisingly good, and drank the warm lemon turmeric water. I went about my day and, honestly, didn't notice a huge difference. Maybe I felt a little less bloated, a little clearer, but it was subtle. The real magic wasn't in a single day, it was in the consistency. Week 1, the subtle shift. I committed to doing it every single morning, no excuses. By day 3 or 4, I started noticing something pretty cool. The alarm still wasn't my favorite sound, but getting out of bed felt easier. That heavy feeling in my arms and legs was lighter. I was still making coffee, but more out of habit than desperation. The biggest change was my digestion. Things just felt calmer and more regular. That constant, low-level bloating I'd gotten so used to started to fade away. It was the first sign that something was really changing on the inside. Week 2. The fog begins to lift. This is when I became a true believer. The brain fog that had been my constant sidekick for years started to recede. It was like a fuzzy filter was slowly being removed from my eyes and my thoughts. I could read an email once and actually get it. In meetings, I found myself pitching ideas instead of just fighting to stay awake. That dreaded 2 p.m. crash, the one that used to send me scrambling for sugar or a 4th coffee, was getting weaker. Some days it barely even showed up. I was still tired by bedtime, but it was a normal, healthy tired, not that bone-deep exhaustion I was so used to. Month 1. The energy breakthrough. After a full month of this 5-minute ritual, I felt like a different person. The change was undeniable. I was waking up before my alarm, feeling rested and, for the first time in forever, actually looking forward to the day. I still had a cup of coffee in the morning, but now it was for pleasure, not out of necessity. I enjoyed the taste, but I didn't need it to function anymore. The energy I felt was unlike anything I'd had before. It wasn't the jittery, anxious buzz from caffeine. It was a calm, steady, focused vitality that lasted all day. My productivity at work went through the roof. I was creative, sharp, and efficient. My colleagues noticed. My boss noticed. But most importantly, I noticed. The benefits just spilled over into every part of my life. I had the energy to hit the gym after work. I started hanging out with my friends again. Weekends were for having fun, not for recovering. My irritability just vanished, replaced by a sense of calm and well-being. Even my skin looked better, clearer and brighter, a visible sign of the internal cleanup that was happening. 6 months and beyond, a new normal. Today, this 5-minute ritual is as non-negotiable as brushing my teeth. It has fundamentally changed my relationship with my body. I don't live in fear of fatigue anymore. My energy is stable, my mind is clear, and my body just feels clean and efficient. I have a whole new baseline for what normal feels like, and it's a world away from the groggy existence I had accepted for so long. This transformation taught me a huge lesson. Your body has an amazing capacity for vitality. You just have to give it the right support. This ritual wasn't a magic pill. It was a simple, consistent act of helping my body's natural processes. It was about clearing the way for my liver to do its job, and in doing so, it unlocked the energy that was inside me all along. It gave me my life back. Section 7. Building on the foundation. Other supporting habits. This 5-minute morning ritual is the cornerstone. It's the key that starts the engine. But once that engine is running smoothly, you can add other high-octane fuels to your day to really amplify the effects. A structured morning routine is proven to improve mental clarity, reduce stress, and boost overall well-being. Once you have this first ritual down, it's so much easier to tack on other good habits. 1. Upgrade your morning beverage cycle. After your lemon turmeric elixir, think about what you drink next. Instead of going straight for the coffee, maybe try green tea. Green tea is full of antioxidants called catechins, which have been shown to protect the liver and support its function. Some studies suggest a specific catechin, EGCG, is especially good for people with fat buildup in the liver. Just be mindful that very high doses of green tea supplements, not the tea itself, have been linked to liver stress in a small number of people. Alternating with other herbal teas like ginger or mint is also a great idea. 2. The energizing, liver-friendly breakfast. What you eat in the morning can either keep the energy going or bring it to a screeching halt. Ditch the sugary cereals and pastries that will just spike your blood sugar and make you crash. Instead, build your breakfast around 3 things: protein, healthy fats, and fiber. A great example is scrambled eggs with spinach and broccoli. Another fantastic option is a green smoothie with spinach, half an avocado for healthy fat, a scoop of clean protein powder, and some berries. This gives you a nutrient-dense meal that fuels you without bogging down your liver. 3. The power of morning movement. You don't have to run a marathon before work. Just 10-15 minutes of gentle movement in the morning works wonders. A brisk walk, some stretching, or gentle yoga gets your blood circulating everywhere. This is critical because it helps move the toxins your liver is processing to your kidneys to be eliminated. Movement also boosts your metabolism and can improve your mood. Certain yoga poses, especially twists and forward bends, are thought to gently massage the abdominal organs, including the liver, further supporting detoxification. 4. Keep hydrating. That morning elixir is just the start. Keep sipping water throughout the morning. A big water bottle on your desk is a simple but super effective trick. Proper hydration is essential for keeping your liver working well and helps your kidneys flush out the waste that your liver worked so hard to neutralize. By layering these habits on top of your 5-minute ritual, you create a powerful system for all-day energy. The ritual primes your body, and these habits provide the fuel to keep it running at its best. So that's the secret. It's not a secret about some magic pill or an impossible diet. It's the secret of being consistent. It's about supporting your body's own amazing systems instead of constantly fighting against them. This 5-minute ritual is your key to unlocking a more energetic, vibrant life. But just watching this isn't enough. The change happens when you take action. So here's my challenge to you. Just try it for 7 days. That's it. 1 week. Get the lemons, find the turmeric and a brush, and commit to giving yourself these 5 minutes every single morning. I want you to join me in this. If you're going to take the challenge, go down to the comments right now and write, "I'm in." Then, in 7 days, come back and share what you experienced. Did you notice a change in your digestion? Is the brain fog lifting? Do you feel even a tiny bit lighter in the morning? Your story could be the spark that someone else needs to start their own journey. And if you found this information valuable, if it gave you a little bit of hope, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps get this message out to more people who need to hear it. And of course, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because my journey to uncover the simple truths about health and energy is far from over, and I have a lot more to share with you. Conclusion: for years, I honestly believed that exhaustion was my destiny. I thought living in a fog, fueled by caffeine and sheer willpower, was just a normal part of being an adult. I was wrong. The energy I was so desperate for wasn't in another coffee or a sugar rush. It was locked inside my own body, just waiting for me to give my system the support it needed to thrive. This 5-minute ritual, the dry brushing and the warm lemon and turmeric water, was the key. It's a practice that's grounded in both ancient wisdom and modern science. It works by gently waking up your body's drainage systems and giving your liver, the master organ of your metabolism, the tools it needs to be at its best. It's about calming inflammation, supporting your natural detoxification, and hydrating your cells from the moment you wake up. The result isn't a fake, temporary buzz. It's a deep, stable, clean energy that comes from within. It's the energy that comes from a body that is finally in balance. Remember, you don't have to feel tired all the time. You have the power to change your story. It starts with one small intentional act. It starts with 5 minutes. Thanks so much for being here. Now go start your journey and unlock the incredible energy that is rightfully yours.